And you may see a lot of hearts around this Valentine's Day, but don't forget to take care of your own. February is Heart Health Month, and Guthrie Sarah is raising awareness of cardiovascular diseases. Cardiovascular diseases are the leading killer in the United States, but there are steps people can take to limit their risk. One doctor says start getting your heart looked at early, no matter how old you are.
Everybody, in fact, all the teens should have their cholesterol profile checked on a routine basis by their primary care physician. And so the prevention basically should start right from the teen years.
Diet is a key component of staying heart healthy. Dr. Sharma suggests fruits and vegetables make up 50% of your plate, with the other half being split between proteins and carbs to be healthy.